Good evening and welcome to another Malcat Gin Review. And it's Malcat on tour tonight. We're back at Cass for another curry night. Tonight we are trying East Indies Archipelago Dry Gin. East Indies gin is from Bali. I was interested because I'd never seen a gin from Bali before, so it was a product of Sydney Duty Free. They do say on their website that Indonesia is also known as the Spice Islands, and 10% of the world's flowering plants are found in Indonesia. So it sounds like a distiller's dream, as well as sort of the traditional gin botanicals. It says here they use te kombrang, also known as torch ginger flower, which adds bright citrus notes, overlaid by warm Andaluman Batak pepper.
1.8%.
So definitely getting the juniper, but there's very sort of herbaceous flavours coming through, citrus, something herbally in there. Wow, okay, it's like taking a sip of a curry. There's sort of East Indies flavours in there, definitely. It's nice. It's really warming, quite peppery, which, as the bottle says, is what we'd expect. Great. That tastes really interesting, but I don't think it'd be one that I'd want to be sipping straight, so we'll have to try it with the tonic. Let's see what Kate thinks.
Oh, that is really very ginger, citrusy. You're right, it smells like a curry. Woody. When you drink it, woody, ginger, very spicy, very peppery. Yeah.
Very, very smooth.
It's quite dry, I think, and I agree with the man off camera that it's very smooth. It doesn't have that kind of harsh, bitter aftertaste at the back of your throat. It's definitely alcohol, there's no question of that. It's strong this way. So I agree, let's put some tonic in it and see what other flavours we can find.
It's very buttery on the palate. Like it's like when you first sip it, it's really buttery and smooth, and then it's got that heat, which sort of contrasts with the buttery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's odd.
It's
It's odd, but I like it.
I can just taste pepper. That's all I can taste. But it is smooth. Like, it's bizarre. It's sort of this peppery hits you, but it's very smooth at the same time.
Nutmeg, I reckon.
The nutmeg, maybe.
So tonight we're using the Fever Tree Mediterranean tonic. I think the dryness really comes through with the tonic. It really tones it down though. You get the pepper. You're right, I'm getting the nutmeg more now with the tonic than I did straight. It's really nice, I think. Something a bit different.
What are you
Really
saying?
nice.
Yeah.
But I actually like it straight more than with tonic.
Oh.
I don't know why. To me, this is too sweet.
Some of those really, really high notes of flavours are dulled down
Yeah.
with the tonic. But, you know, we were saying that the aftertaste is a little bit like tequila. It's not unpleasant, not at all unpleasant.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
agree with you. It's nice as a sipping one. The
Yeah.
tonic does make it different.
After you've swallowed it, that flavour
Oh,
stays
yeah.
in your mouth for a long time.
I'd like to try that with soda.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I've lost that buttery texture that with the straight, because you lose that. Like I think that was the best bit, and you still get a bit of the heat, but you lose some of the texture of it.
To me, there's no complexity in that.
Yeah, I
It's
think you lose all
it was
those. You
very
lose-
complex when it was straight and interesting, whereas I don't find it
It's not
interesting. with,
nearly as interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that,
Yeah, that's
that
right.
what's left behind is the ginger. Like you
Oh,
get
yeah.
the ginger on the palate.
Yeah.
I'd like to try that with soda and see whether complexity stays, but you're taking a bit of the heat out of it.
You smell the nutmeg now, and I didn't really before. It's toned down the ginger a lot. I quite like it with that Mediterranean tonic. I quite like that. It's yummy. I would describe that as having that feeling of when you're in a tropical country and you want something refreshing. It definitely feels like you could be sitting
In Bali.
well, I've never been.
Do you know what that reminds me of? It's a more refreshing mulled wine.
Okay.
Mulled wine.
Yeah, I just get all the spices and that coming out of it. It's just, but it's
That's interesting.
a refreshing take on a mulled wine.
Without cinnamon.
Yeah, like it's just those subtle spices that you get through, which are those curry sort of
Yeah.
flavours.
Yeah.
But like you get that with a mulled wine. You know how you get that heat.
Yeah.
You get those spices come through, but it's quite heavy and like that. Whereas that's lighter and more refreshing.
Definitely a citrus flavour in there. Definitely a warm flavour.
It was great.
Soda with lemon.
It's much more citrus.
I actually like the tonic better. Yeah.
You definitely get more flavour. It's not hidden in the sugar. Whereas, I reckon it's dry. Like it's nice and dry. Definitely the citrus comes out, but I think there might be some citrus in the soda. So,
There is.
um,
But that's where I disagree. You're right, you can taste more citrus, but I actually think it had more flavour with the tonic. Like what was left in my mouth, that aftertaste, that nutmeg or whatever we were saying, ginger taste, there was more of that left in behind with the tonic than there is. It's different.
Yeah.
Not wrong, it's just different.
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, 100%. I'm not sure whether I like that better. I think I'm with Alicia. I prefer it straight.
Oh,
There you
right,
go.
I
yeah.
prefer it. Yeah. I prefer it straight. I like it.
Did you have some?
You still lost that buttery sort of texture. I think as a whiskey drinker, that's what I like.
I like it with the soda though. I'd easily drink that.
Oh, it's an easy drink,
it's
isn't
a
it?
lot.
It's an easy drink
It's
like
an
that.
easy
It's easier, yeah.
Whereas for me, with the tonic, it's a bit sickly. Like it's
too
too
sweet.
sweet.
That's interesting. Yeah, I don't get so much of the nutmeg when I smell it that way. If anything, it smells like a little bit like, it sounds really bad, but fish sauce. Yeah,
That's weird.
I'm weird. I prefer it with the tonic. Yeah.
Well, there we go. The crowd has spoken. Lots of different opinions. Straight with soda, with tonic. I think it's a definite winner, though. It's lots of flavours. So, yeah, give it a go if you see it. I think you can order it online. Anyway, gin is the winners.